Hey everyone, welcome to Propwash Ranch. This week we are going to fix our big mistake that we made last week. Last week was the first flight ever of the Avid Rat. It flew great, but we left a drain plug out and drained the coolant out while it was flying and overheated the engine. So now we need to fix that. Starting off, we're going to pressurize the case. Two strokes work by having pressure in the case, and if the seals melted from the engine being overheated, then the seals aren't going to hold the pressure. Right now my dad is rigging it up to be able to pressure the case up to about 5 psi, and we're going to leak test on it. We've taken the exhaust off and sealed off anywhere that air can come out, made it airtight, if you can see that. I don't know if it's airtight.
I've done everything.
So here's what we came up with to be able to pressure test the case. It is a knockout cap from Home Depot, just with a hose clamp. This is just the rubber boot that the carburetor mounts to, and this side goes on the engine, and then hose clamped a knockout cap to it, and it's holding. We sprayed soapy water around it and it didn't have any leaks, so that's working. So the pressure is indeed bleeding down. We have a leak somewhere. We're trying to find it with soapy water and a squirt bottle. Oh, can't see it. I don't know if you can see that. This plate off, it's leaking air right there. I'm not sure that was caused by the overheating. It probably was leaking before, and we just didn't know it. We really were doing this test to look at the crank seals, but we don't know if the crank seals are leaking or not, because we have another leak. So it is bleeding down pressure, but we found a spot right where the carburetors mount. The plate that the carbs mount to is leaking. So we're going to pull that plate, and we got to fix that leak to find any other leaks.
Scope up there and see if you can see it. So, looks like this piston is probably up a little bit.
Gotta be turned on. The battery's gonna end up dying in this thing. I freaking forgot to get batteries. Well, all I can see is a piston.
Why does that look like that?
So, hello. We're back here with the Avid Rat, and I'm sorry if this video is a little disorganized. This is spanning a couple of weeks where we got a bunch of other projects going on, and we're just picking away at this a few times a week as parts come in. We've had parts on order. So right in here is where we had a little air leak that we saw with the soap bubbles. And we got a full gasket O-ring kit for the 670. So it has a new O-ring for that. We'll see if the O-ring was the issue. Oh, I'd like to apologize for the state of the, I can't show you the dome. We've got the nose of the plane pulled into the dome. I can't show you the dome because it is messier than it's ever been. I'm in the middle of building a house, and this has become my storage in between / everything, and it's bad. It's bad. I'm not even gonna turn the camera around. Sorry about that. We're about to change the thermostat. We want to thank Rookie Flyer for sending us this thermostat after watching our video. That was really cool of him. Thank you. All right, it's taking us way longer than it should to get this done. We've been working on this for weeks now, and it's because we haven't actually been working on this. We've been doing other things that are less important than aviation. Priorities. We had a small air leak on the case that we were able to find, and that's important with a two-stroke, and we're able to resolve that issue as well. Now the issue that we're having is more vibration than we'd like to see. So we are doing something we've never done before. Always learning. Everything we do with this, we're learning, and I love that about this project. So we have rented a dynamic balancer from Viking Engines, and that's what we're gonna do today. Nice box. Comes with directions, the shipping label to send it back. We've read through the directions a couple times now. They're very clear and easy to understand, but that's having not ever done it yet. So we'll find out just how clear it really was based off of how well we do today. The balancer, the sensors and cables, and then a bunch of brackets and things to be able to mount. You have to very rigidly mount the sensor on there. So we got to figure out how to mount it. So this one needs mounted as far forward as we can. It's the accelerometer. And then this one needs mounted at least 6 inches from the propeller. It's an optical sensor. It's for the RPM. That's what we're trying to figure out. I'm sure people who know can look at it and tell us everything we did wrong. Well, we're going to try it, and we're going to see how this turns out. We still need to secure the cables. The directions are very clear about securing the cables and making sure they don't get caught in anything that spins. But those are mounted. So one thing down. Everything's mounted, and we were just testing. We got the reflective tape that comes with it put on the hub. And in spinning it through, the directions made mention of this, that if you have like chrome or shiny aluminum that's your backing, it can cause erroneous readings in the optical sensor because it can reflect back the light as well. So we tested for it, and it absolutely is. We're getting reflection off the hub, and it's detecting a pass for each little standoff on this hub, so it would like triple our RPM. So we're gonna have to paint the backs of the hub. All right, I fixed it, I guess. We got it all hooked up. Maybe this is attempt number 1. Cables are all secured. I've got the handheld routed out here so I can watch it. He's in there about to start it. I think we're good to go. Okay, we got some numbers. We took 3 averages. It was consistent every time, telling us a pretty similar amount of vibration and basically exactly the same degree. And if we're understanding things right, it's basically exactly this prop, like right here is pretty much exactly where we need to add weight or take away weight 180 degrees from it. This is the first try, so we're either completely wrong or it's going to somewhat improve the vibration. So this is where we find out. I'm clear. Okay, so the first time we added weights and we ran it again, and it was a tiny bit better, but not, we added more weight than a tiny bit better. We think we realized what we did wrong, and we went the wrong direction off of the sensor, and it was 330 degrees, and so we went the wrong way, basically, we think. So we've repositioned, and we're about to do attempt number 3 and see if we've improved on anything. That was better. We might be getting somewhere. Had the GoPro turned off for a minute because the battery was almost dead. We've run 2 or 3 more tests, removing weight, adding weight, and we got it down a lot. And we got down to about in the 0.2 range of IPS, inches per second. If that's wrong, I'll just cut that out. which is so much better than it was, but still in the not so good range of vibration. And everything we did, it was starting to give us really weird readings. Inconsistent readings. As I'd take different averages and then average it again and again and again, it would be a different number every time. And we're just kind of chasing round and round. Random stranger on the internet recommended that it's very possible that something could be transferring vibration or resonance from the engine to the engine mount if there's anything that's rigidly mounted. The only thing that's even remotely rigidly mounted was our exhaust. We had a rubber mount, but it was a thick rubber mount with 4 bolts, 2 bolts in the top, 2 bolts in the bottom. And so that makes it pretty rigid forward to aft. I thought that's crazy. There's no way, but we tried it. We took a bolt off the top and a bolt off the bottom, so that way it allows it to pivot forward and aft, and holy crap, it just took the vibration down to 0.3, 0.4, 0.5 on our averages. Excuse me, 0.0, 0.03, 0.04, 0.05 on our averages, which is like really, really good. Better than we were hoping for. So that's just fantastic. It seems like balancing the prop and making it so that our exhaust mount was allowed for a little more movement in it seems to have made an enormous difference, like a whole world of difference. We're pretty excited with our results so far. All right, we just ran another couple more tests and we've been tinkering on it for a few minutes. Fixing some stuff, adjusting things, and then we tested it again. Our IPS is about 0.02, which is just fantastic. We're very pleased with it. We're really pleased with how this turned out. We're really pleased with the dynamic prop balancer. It was really simple to use. I think this thing's gonna be back in the air really soon.
So we did a thorough pre-flight, made sure everything was tight, everything put back together. I think we're ready to try this again. It's a windy day, crosswind. I've never flown this in a crosswind, but we're going to try it. Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. Okay, it flew great. We're really pleased with how that went. The temperature stayed nice and cool. Now it's just down to flying off the hours and then keep on flying after that. Thanks for watching Propwash Ranch. Hope you all have a good day.